Hey everyone, we're back here at Age of Z Origins, and we're going to talk about my favorite little mini game mode, and it pops up periodically, and it is actually a lot of fun. So we're going to go through this, and you can take a look at. You'll have the different zombie towers over here, where you basically build up your turret over here, and you'll have special abilities you can use with a turret. And the idea is you want to take on these enemies and try to get them down as quickly as possible. You'll have some special abilities that level up as you level up your turret. You want to get some more special, unique abilities here. You can see that we have this is the mortar, which helps you get some more damage in on these enemies, helps these waves from becoming really dangerous. So the farther you go into the waves, the more points you get. Now, we're going to go over kind of how to get and build this up in a few moments, but I want to get right into it because I love this game mode so much. So you can see right now we've already well ahead of the current waves and the current monsters. So we just want to make sure we're not missing on anything important here. And as long as you're focused on really keeping these waves from pushing too hard, you'll be able to build them up. If you notice on the bottom right, you'll see these two little meters that are warming up. As you build them up, you will be able to unleash some heavy duty damage. Now, I like the mortar fire the best. Remember these little guys that look like the little bugs from some other science fiction that we may have seen in the past. Are probably they're the way that you can build this up. They give you tons of energy. You see, we already got another one here. We're going to go right into it and try to take out all these guys. And as you level up, you'll be able to drop some of they'll have some special abilities to do some damage on the ground. And so the deeper you go in this, the more points you'll get from the event, and the higher you'll place over time. Now, these events will yield great amount of resources and allow you to build your city back up. So these are important things to take part in, but also tons of fun. So this game within a game is a really cool concept that really makes this game kind of set apart from other city builders that I've been a part of. And so if you're planning ahead and you're doing things well, like I did not do there, you should be able to get all these guys loaded up and hopefully not lose your city here, because you have a certain amount of health on your city walls, and you want to make sure you're building this up as much as possible. So you don't want to take that damage. As you see, we got some pretty big deal heavy waves incoming here that are going to do lots and lots of damage. See those little blue dots are your energy sources. You'll see them on the little mini map up right hand side. If you want to kind of see where the waves are, if you're too close to the map, you'll see them really quickly here. So one thing I will tell you is over time, this is awesome. As you get more practice on this, you'll see you get a lot more damage, and you get these more waves coming in here. So there's another feature here. We're going to try to load that one up, which is the full railgun cannon, which does massive amounts of damage in a straight line. You can see we're just annihilating these forces. I tend to like the turrets because they're easier to aim, but it's really powerful when you get those lined up the right way. So let's do the mortar here. You can keep going throughout the day. If, let's say, you didn't have the best run, you can keep going and try to get your best run throughout the day. But these points will accumulate over time. Let's see how far we can get here. Now, one thing is, after each one of these events, anything you invested in the turret will reset. That doesn't mean that you've lost all of your current resources, because realistically what happens is you'll get little chips back that'll help recover some of what you've invested into the turret each time. The turrets are basically torn down because after the invasion takes place, the resources are needed elsewhere, and so the story tells you that your tower either was succumbed to the zombies or just wound up becoming inefficient or was better suited with resources elsewhere. You can see we're going to get overrun pretty quickly here soon. And wave after wave of these zombies and resurrected undead and huge amounts of mutated beasts from within the Earth's core and whatnot are coming at you. So this Age of Z is a lot more than just a zombie base game. There's a lot more to it, which makes it one of the more interesting titles that I played in a long time. And so hopefully I can get this big guy down before he takes my whole entire turret and defense system down. But it looks like we're about to get to the point where I'm going to be overcome and maybe get that last point. No. So 19,876. It's not bad for the day. It's a good start. You can see we got some resources. So definitely start for that. So you can see that today's best score, and you can go through some more time here. So I will say this right now. You can level it up if you look right here. You'll level it up. You'll have these alloys that you get. Now the alloys that you can get are from different events here. So you go from Diligence and Courage, which are basically day 1. If you use the speed ups, day 2. If you use the certain packs here using gold, and day 3, the recruiting, you'll have that option. So those are ways to get those bundles. Other ways, direct purchases, which are available during these to help upgrade it. And one thing, like I said, I really enjoy this. I find that I actually have a lot of fun when it comes down to the special event. So that's just one of the special events here in Age of Z Origins. And so we'll just make sure I don't have anything sitting in my bag here that'll help out. I tend to forget to use some of the stuff here. Just make sure there's nothing hiding. Yeah, so upgrade your turrets and you'll be able to do the mode a couple more times. Now you can try again. And it'll just keep track of your highest score. So if we do want to run it again, we can try to get a higher score than we just got. Again, it takes a little while to warm up. Right now, because of the way our turret works, the more damage we do, see how the little yellow line is up there? It'll do a lot more focused damage, and that's when we want to start taking on the little mini bosses. We really early on, we want to start getting that mortar up and just prevent those little armies from pushing too far forward. Like I said, use that little mini map in the upper right hand corner. It's a little trick that I've learned. So if I can give you a little bit of advice, you'll see that. Remember, the longer you hold this button down, the more damage you're going to do. And you can see we just annihilated that first wave, and the second wave is starting to come in over here on the left side. If we can stay ahead of these waves, we'll have no problem in pushing a higher score. Then again, it is a little bit of a challenge. So the right wave's coming in. These little guys are fast once you kill them. There's our first big bug. Allows us to start building up our mortar. Let's see if we can take a look. You can see we have a lot of stuff coming in. All right, mortar is up. And we're going to drop it more. Try to get some more mortar up and get ready for the next wave coming in. The middle's going to be tight. These are some heavier duty. You can see the little zombies are little red dots in the upper right hand corner, and bigger, higher health creatures will appear as yellow dots. They're a bigger threat. And the blue dots are the ones you want to get that provide you the energy to use your heavy weapons and armaments here. Like I said, this game mode will appear as a little mini game periodically throughout the game itself, which is something that I like. Again, they vary up a couple different ones. We're going to show you guys another one because there's actually 2 active right now for the new year that you can actually experience. Some other ones, and I can probably show you some additional gameplay here and some additional strategy, I hope. We're getting pushed too hard. This mortar may not have been the best choice right here. Mortar. See, some of these things move really fast, and you got to kind of get ahead of them. If you get behind too much, you won't be able to do what you want to do, which is prevent these zombies. Try to get ahead of their waves. Try to anticipate where they're going, and keep them from pushing too fast. There we go. Start cleaning it up. And there it is. More blue coming in. All right. You get some of these mortars. This mortar damage is really important on these. It does pretty much like a third of their bar on some of the bigger guys, and we'll have another mortar coming up right away. So as these big waves come up, if you can anticipate where these damages are and you get ahead of them, you'll save yourself a lot of time and effort because they're basically just keep refreshing the node or refreshing your turret. So you have the mortar up pretty much constantly for these big waves. Now, as you leave them, they'll leave a little napalm trail that'll actually prevent, see the little smoking trail? That'll actually prevent the little zombies from moving over too quickly, and it'll do like an AoE damage as long as they're hitting it. So it's okay if you miss a little bit, but you want to make sure you're cleaning up and not wasting your resources. I did that a little bit too much in the last couple of phases here, so hopefully I can get a higher score than I did last time. The higher the score you get, the more stuff you'll win at the end of the tournament. We'll kind of revisit those prizes. These big guys are a lot of health. They also do a lot of damage to the turret. We're about halfway through. You can see they get slowed when they get inside that too. So if you're getting really behind, you can kind of set up a little wave of slows here and just try to get it up. Try to get these fields, these damage fields up in front of you so you can protect yourself as much as possible. I think we're going to fall behind here. Might get a little bit higher than we did last time. We're getting overwhelmed. This is about what the turret's going to yield us, I think. Ah, got a little higher score. So yeah, you can get a little bit higher each time. We definitely used that railgun when we got overwhelmed, and you can see that there's a bit difference there. So let's go take a look at the rewards so you get an idea of what the rewards look like. Okay, and you can see these different points over here. And then when we look at the giant cannon defense, shows you the rewards here. Okay, and so some pretty significant rewards here. Those resource crates are a pretty big deal. Anyway, stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying Age of Apocalypse or Age of Z as much as I am. The Origins are definitely a very, very cool game. We're going to show another game mode off in the next video, so stay tuned. Hope you guys check that one out.